Being an actor seems like it is a life of endless luxury and indulgence. Parties, tables at the most exclusive restaurants, and shameless photographers trying to get a picture of your big fat gut at the beach. But not everything about being a star on the silver screen is filled with glamour. Sometimes actors really have to suffer for their art and go above and beyond in order to take on a role. In some cases, they actually have to overcome some of their biggest, deep-seated fears in order to be in a movie. I'm Nick from Hot Culture, and here are 3 actors who overcame phobias to be in movies. Number 3, Jeff Goldblum, Dinosaurs. Jeff Goldblum played Dr. Ian Malcolm in the first and greatest Jurassic Park. He is a character that certainly brought levity to this unique sci-fi thriller, but also has depth and is in many ways the guiding light of the film's morality. But Goldblum almost couldn't be in the movie because of his crippling fear of dinosaurs. Dinophobia, as it is known, is a fear of dinosaurs usually reserved for children because they are stupid and they think that dinosaurs are real. So how did this man get this far in his life and still have this fear? Well, you may think that it's complicated, but it's not. Drugs. Lots of drugs. Steven Spielberg, however, knew that Goldblum was his Ian Malcolm and simply wouldn't take no for an answer. He hounded him with phone calls for months, and when Goldblum kept refusing, Spielberg took matters into his own hands. Trying exposure therapy, Spielberg placed his very realistic animatronic dinosaurs all over Goldblum's property. The goal was to show Goldblum that he had nothing to fear. This went a little sideways, though. Goldblum locked himself inside his panic room with a loaded gun. Spielberg and the police tried to convince Goldblum to come out by telling him it was all fake. But Goldblum just kept repeating, "Not me, man. They aren't getting me, man." After a 48-hour standoff, Goldblum emerged, and Spielberg tried his next tactic. Christianity. He told him that dinosaurs weren't real and that God just put their fossils on Earth to test humans. After reading several discredited books, Goldblum was in, and the rest was history. Before we get to the rest of the list, which dinosaur do you find so sexy that it has made normal human lovemaking seem tedious? Let us know in the comments below. Number 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger, weightlifting. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the action star. Sure, other people might have their favorites, but there is no doubt that he is the GOAT. With his huge, impressive physique, it was like he was the sculpture of a Greek god. So it's pretty impressive when you realize that he achieved this physique by overcoming his biggest fear: lifting weights. Arnie loved bodybuilders. He would lay in bed at night dreaming of the perfect body he could have if it wasn't for one little thing. The idea of lifting heavy things filled him with a level of existential dread that an Austrian hasn't felt since 1939, and their guy went, well, a little nuts. One day, Arnie had enough and decided it was time to face this fear. He hit the gym and realized there was nothing to be scared of, and got so into weightlifting he became the bodybuilder, winning Mr. Olympia after Mr. Olympia, and finally going on to become an action star that changed the landscape of the genre. And it's a good thing he did. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had such unforgettable classics like Red Sonja, Hercules in New York, or Raw Deal. Before we get to number 1, let your body transcend and vibrate into pure light by pressing that like and subscribe button. Number 1, Robert Duvall, Italians. Robert Duvall is pure golden age Hollywood. He wasn't just in some of the best movies of all time, his roles were often the linchpin character in the story. One of his most unforgettable roles was Tom Hagen in the Godfather movies. It's arguable that without this performance, we wouldn't even know his name today. Sorry, Rob, but it's true. So the fact that he was violently afraid of Italians almost put an end to his illustrious budding career. This movie was filled with Goombas and greasers. But Duvall, not wanting to pass up on an opportunity to work with Francis Ford Coppola, a shifty wop though he was, Duvall swallowed his fear enough to get through not just 1, but 2 Godfather films. Before every scene he would shoot, Duvall would look in the mirror in private and quietly mutter to himself They are just little funny sounding, overconfident weirdos. They can't hurt you. Duval used different methods to get over his fear, including mindfulness, breathing exercises, or simply diverting the 5'6" monstrosities by yelling, "Look what your Nona made you," and throwing garlic bread into the corner. Well, that's all for our list today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Nick from Hot Culture, and we'll see you next time.